Welcome back to True Crime Reels, where real stories, real masterminds, and real darkness take center stage. Today's story is not just about a killer. It's about a man who lived a life so divided, so perfectly hidden, that even his own family had no idea they were sleeping beside a monster. A man whose lack of emotion terrified mob bosses. A man who committed murders as casually as he picked up milk from the store. A man the mafia trusted, but also feared. They called him the Iceman, partly for how he froze bodies to hide the time of death, but mostly for the coldness in his heart. This is the chilling, psychological, and deeply disturbing story of Richard Leonard Kuklinski, one of the most dangerous killers America has ever known. Richard Kuklinski's life began in Jersey City in 1935. In a home ruled by violence so extreme that it would shape his entire personality. His father, Stanley, was an alcoholic railroad worker. Violent, unpredictable, brutal. His mother, Anna, a strict Catholic woman, was equally abusive, often beating the children with broom handles or wooden spoons. Richard said, "My father beat me so bad I thought I was dead. My mother made sure I didn't die." That was the environment he learned to survive in. He watched his father beat his older brother to death, a moment that scarred him, but also taught him something horrific. Violence equals control. As a young boy, Richard was bullied relentlessly for being quiet, awkward, and poor. But that didn't last long. Around age 10, Richard claimed he committed his first murder, beating the neighborhood bully to death with a wooden rod after months of torment. He said he felt nothing. No guilt, no fear, no regret. That emotional emptiness, that coldness would become the core of who he was. As a teenager, he roamed the streets at night, attacking anyone who crossed him. He beat drunks, stabbed strangers, tortured animals, and bragged that he made problems disappear. He wasn't killing for money yet. He was killing to learn, to improve, to feel powerful. A monster wasn't made, it was born and then sharpened. By his late teens and early 20s, Kuklinski was already known as someone no one dared provoke. He was large, intimidating, and violent. But more importantly, he was calm. Very calm. Richard experimented with every possible method of killing. Knives, rope, guns, bats, homemade weapons, poison, and anything he could get his hands on. He once said, "I wanted to know how people reacted, how they fell, how long they took to die." He killed in alleyways, bars, highways, under bridges. Some deaths were personal, most were just practice. And then one day, his calmness caught the attention of someone who would change his life forever. A mafia associate from the Cavalcante crime family witnessed him kill a man in a bar without panic, emotion, or hesitation. Richard simply walked away, as if nothing happened. That was the moment the mafia realized they had found a rare weapon, a man with no conscience. Kuklinski transitioned from street violence to organized crime almost overnight. He started with small assignments, delivering messages, intimidating debtors, minor assaults. But it didn't take long for mobsters to see the truth. Richard wasn't just good at killing, he was made for it. He began working for several mafia groups, the Gambino family, the Genovese family, the De Cavalcantes, and even the Irish Westies. He became the mafia's Swiss Army knife of murder. Need someone shot? Richard could do it. Need someone to disappear? Richard could do it. Need someone to have an accident? Richard could stage it. He once said, "I didn't care who I hurt. It was business." He traveled with a murder kit in his car. Guns, rope, knives, duct tape, syringes, cyanide, and more. He was reliable. He was efficient. And worst of all, he had absolutely no emotion about it. One of the most disturbing parts of Kuklinski's story was his obsession with freezing bodies. In the early days, medical examiners could determine the time of death within hours. Richard realized that if he froze his victims, the time of death clock essentially stopped. He began killing people and stuffing their bodies into industrial freezers, sometimes for weeks. Then he dumped them somewhere to confuse investigators. This technique frustrated law enforcement for years and became his signature. He wasn't just killing people. He was studying the process like a scientist. He tested different poisons, different weapons, different methods. He used cyanide-laced hamburgers, nasal spray bottles filled with poison, crossbows, garrotes, random household objects. He killed in bars, cars, alleys, hotel rooms, parking lots, and even public parks. Despite all this, he was never a suspect. Not once. His ability to blend in, to stay calm, and to hide evidence made him one of the most successful hitmen the Mafia ever employed. While Kuklinski was killing for the Mafia, he lived what looked like the perfect suburban life. He married Barbara Pedrici, a beautiful woman who believed she had found her soulmate. They had 3 children, a nice home, family vacations, Sunday church. Neighbors loved him. Co-workers respected him. His children adored him. Richard attended school events, birthday parties, and picnics, sometimes just hours after committing brutal murders. Barbara later said, "There were 2 Richards, the man I loved and the man I feared." Richard had a violent temper. He never killed his family, but his outbursts were terrifying. He once killed the family dog in a rage. Another time he smashed furniture and threatened anyone who defied him, and the FBI took interest. To the outside world, he was a quiet, polite, hard-working man. No one suspected that the friendly neighbor shoveling snow off the driveway had bodies hidden across New York and New Jersey. This double life made him nearly untouchable. The Mafia loved him because he had no criminal record. Police never even knew his name. But all double lives eventually cracked. By the 1980s, Kuklinski started becoming reckless. He bragged more. The ATF and New Jersey police launched Operation Iceman, a large undercover sting specifically targeting Kuklinski. Agent Dominic Polifrone spent over 2 years posing as a hitman named Dom. He slowly gained Kuklinski's trust. Kuklinski liked to talk. He liked to brag. He liked showing off his knowledge of murder. Polifrone asked him how he killed. Richard said casually, "Cyanide. It works best when it's nice and quiet." He even demonstrated by poisoning a dog, one of the most disturbing moments of the investigation. Finally, Kuklinski agreed to perform a cyanide hit for Polifrone, not knowing Polifrone was wired. That conversation sealed his fate. On December 17, 1986, Richard Kuklinski was driving to what he believed was another murder-for-hire job. His wife and one of his daughters were with him in the car. Police surrounded him, guns drawn, a dozen agents yelling commands. Kuklinski tried to play innocent. He calmly said, "You got the wrong guy." But they didn't. Inside the vehicle, police found ropes, weapons, cyanide powder, and evidence linking him to multiple murders. His family was in shock. His wife sobbed as agents handcuffed him. Their suburban world shattered instantly. In prison, Kuklinski became one of the most iconic true crime interview subjects ever recorded. He spoke calmly, almost cheerfully, about killing people. He described techniques, emotions, motives, everything, with a chilling emptiness. He said he killed over 200 people, though investigators confirmed far fewer. When asked if he regretted anything, he said, "I regret getting caught." When asked what he felt while killing, he replied, "Nothing. I was good at what I did." He was sentenced to multiple life sentences and died in 2006. But his story continues to haunt the true crime world, a reminder that monsters don't always hide in the dark. Sometimes, they mow their lawn, they attend PTA meetings, they kiss their children goodnight, and then they walk back into the night and kill. Thank you for watching today's deep dive into the terrifying life of Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman. If you want more cinematic true crime documentaries, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Because the scariest stories are the ones that actually happened.